Namaskar. This Wednesday, our Panchama Veda, we will study from the English Gospel, page 841, and the Bengali, 907. Let us begin with that stotra. Tabu kathamritam tapta jivanam kobibhirilitam kalmashapaham Sravana Mangalam Srimadatam Bhuvi Grinanti E Bhurida Janaha. Friends, you know that last Wednesday we learned that there are many similarities between Lord Jesus and Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. Though 2000 years apart, but they were having so many similarities. Why? Because they are from the same source, that eternal, the being, which is known as the Brahman by the Hindus, Yahweh by the Judaism, and God by the Christians. So we term them, name them in different way, call them in different way, but the same consciousness in different forms, at different times, at different places. So that is the unique, another mystical thing we can say. Now, incarnation, they are like a round hole on a wall through which one can see the other side of the wall. What is this wall? It is Maya. What is the other side? It is the side of the spirituality, and this side is the created things. The infinite existence of the Brahman, after creating this world, separated this through a wall that is called Maya, the wall of Maya. Hence, his created being search for the happiness and end up in temporary joy followed by sufferings. If we look at our life, almost all human beings, everyone except a handful, the holy people, all of us, we are suffering. Why? Because we want happiness. This is very peculiar. We are going for happiness, searching for happiness, trying to get happiness, but when we are reaching to that happiness, we find it is so temporary. And when it is so temporary, obviously, it is creating unhappiness again. So it is like a circle going on. Why we search for happiness? That is also another question. Not only we, every being, all created being. What is our goal? Goal of life? Only to get happiness. You will find that earning money, visiting different places, or developing friendship, different relations, each and everything at the back of it, there is only happiness. In celebrations, we invite our relatives and friends, and we throw a party, we try to enjoy. Again, for happiness, but it end up very temporary, followed by miseries. In the party, sometimes two persons, they will not of the same opinion. So when they go back from the party, they are enemy to each other. They came to become happy. Now when they are going back, they are not. This is our regular daily experience. We need not to explain it. But the question is, we cannot deny that we are searching for happiness, and at the same time we cannot deny that we are not satisfied after that, after getting that. You know, in Bengali, I don't know whether it will be possible to translate, Rabindranath Tagore, he mentioned, Jaha chai তাহা ভুল করে চাই, যাহা পাই তাহা চাই না. What I am asking for, what I am desiring, that is by mistake. And when I get something, those what I get, I don't want those. So total dissatisfaction all through. Now, if we stop over here and go along with the spiritual people in their journey, they will say the whole thing that you see, each and everything, has been created by God. Now, God is the source of bliss. Hence, to reach to that bliss, to reach to the happiness, it is automatically comes within us, in our gene, because it is that only. We are in reality gods. So obviously, we want to get happiness. Now, God has made a game. In between Him and us, He has made a wall of Maya. Maya will offer you happiness. And we run for that. And after that we find, oh no, it is not that way satisfactory. But Maya will offer another one, Everything is. Now so many people are suffering because of the bad habit of narcotics. And then ultimately they suffer terribly. But when they begin with a hope that they are going to enjoy. So this is the thing, if we can understand, then we will understand this is Maya. We want happiness, we want joy, but then we are ending up with unhappiness. Then why this? Because that is not the true happiness. That is not the real thing. Suppose we run for a mirage. I am thirsty. I want some food. But I am running towards the mirage. It shows that water is there. I am seeing that water over there. But when I reach after a lot of persuasion, then I find it is only dry sand. Nothing is there. It was my imagination. This whole world is just like that. So this is the actual fact of the world, whether you believe it or not. It is like this. Now what should we do? Of course, He is not heartless. The Creator, He has created it out of His own. So we are Him only. Now same play, how He is going to end up? He comes down over here and takes form sometimes as Jesus, sometimes as Sri Ramakrishna. And when He is coming to us and He is living just like us, Jesus was not a very rich person, or not at all rich. He was not having any education, no social status, a poor man's son. But now, look at His life, how He lived the life. And then ultimately He said, I and my Father in heaven are one. As in the traditional Hinduism they will say, Aham, I, Brahmashmi, I am that Supreme Being. Then Jesus said, he who has seen the Son has seen the God. And same way, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, if you have seen the avatar, you have seen God. Avatar ke dekha, Ishwar ke dekha. So if you have seen the avatar, that means it is not that form. The Jesus form, we do not know whether Jesus truly, it looked like as we see Him in different pictures. Maybe some people they tried to draw, there was no camera. But Sri Ramakrishna, of course, but God is not that. God means, he who has seen the avatar means His life and teachings. That is the seeing. Looking at the Son of God means how they lived. How they lived? Truthfulness. How they lived? Love for everyone. how they lived so simple and genuine, no hypocrisy. So these are the things that we have to inculcate if we have to go back to the source of joy. No other way. No other way. Nanna pantha vidyate ayanaya. There is no other way. And this pantha means you have to be truthful. You have to be simple. You have to love others. You have to feel concern for others. You have to be unselfish. And for that, only one thing you have to remove. And you means me also, all of us. Our goal is to get the eternal happiness. But in between the eternal happiness and me, there is a boundary, there is a wall of Maya. And what is this Maya? Ego. E-G-O. And what is this ego? No one can explain. What is this Maya? No one can explain. There is no definition, but it is there. And when it is there, we can feel and we can also remove it. So that is the only thing. What is that? Veda, Panchama Veda, I always say, the teaching, the jnana, the knowledge. And how Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna in a very simple way, if you go and study the Upanishad, is so complicated. Because that time, the rishis, they were telling that to those people. They knew it very well. Now in the modern times, we are not connected with the language fast. And secondly, we do not understand many of the words. Somebody is explaining, then only we are trying to understand. But Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is only 100 years before. And obviously it is so modern. In the people, those who have seen that Sri Ramakrishna, they were there only a few days before. So obviously it is more modern and we can understand him. So that much. But Upanishad also tells the same truth. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is telling the same truth. And when we are getting the knowledge of God, knowledge of the truth, and we can understand that this is the path to reach to our goal, which is ultimate happiness, which is bliss. And then it is Panchama Veda. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he again and again he is mentioning, and it is wonderful that Master Mahasaya, a teacher, he was the headmaster of a school, an excellent memory that he was having. Whatever he observed, whatever he heard, all he memorized. He never forgot those things. And when he used to go back home, he used to write it down in his diary. There are so many diaries are there. Some of the researchers, they tried to read his diary to find out some facts. It was difficult, almost impossible. Why? He wrote in such a way because he knew the whole picture, so he noted it. But he noted it and he reproduced. Now doubt may come, whatever he said in the name of Sri Ramakrishna, are they true? Of course they are true. Why? Because Ma Sharadamani Devi, Swami Vivekananda, Swami Brahmananda, all the contemporary characters, people, they were present when this book was published. Master Mahasaya is mentioning about them and the incident that happened when he was present in the company of Sri Ramakrishna. Those people, they were there. They read about them and they never said no. They all accepted. So this is a perfect, genuine account. So no one can say, oh, it was written after 300 years of Sri Ramakrishna. No. Almost all the scriptures that we find after 200, 300, 500 years of that particular person. But it is nothing like that. And what we find? Very simple, day-to-day the description. Today we are going to read that account of Monday, August 31st, 1885. Sri Ramakrishna was resting in his room. Those who have visited Dakshineshwar, they will immediately understand in his room means the small room that he got from the temple authority to stay. But it was a wonderful room. The one side there's the open, the veranda and the portico, and from there the Ganges could be seen, and like that. So it's a very nice room. So Sri Ramakrishna was resting in his room. It was about 8 o'clock in the evening. Though ill and suffering, he constantly devoted himself to the welfare of the devotees. This is the path of religion. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. Why we call him Bhagavan? Because of his great love for the ordinary people. In the beginning, when he was trying to realize God, he didn't mix with people. He tried to avoid the company of the people. Because he was collecting all his mind, whole mind. And then he focused on that particular thing which we call God. After truly he realized that, though he was practicing the worship of goddess Kali, the duality, the goddess in that image, and he, the worshipper, the votary. Now, at the time of realization, there is no difference. Both of them became merged. So that is why I sometimes say, and I request you all, read the biography of Sri Ramakrishna. This is a unique way. Sri Ramakrishna, we should not accept him in the beginning itself as an incarnation, as a divine personality. Accept him as an ordinary person. He was born in a Brahmin family in a village, very remote village. Even today it is remote. And from there he came to Calcutta to earn something for his livelihood. And from there, how he was spending his days in spiritual practices, not hidden in Himalaya, in some of the caves or behind the forest, nothing like that. Open, everyone could see him. That is also uniqueness. Most of our great souls, the spiritual souls, we heard they practice austerity, spiritual practices. But we never saw them, how they did it. Yet the people, they saw. And they also spoke about it. And what he did, constantly taking the name of God. That is not possible for many of us because we have other responsibilities. But when he dedicated to realize, he forgot everything. And slowly, slowly after their realization, and what he realized, he saw everything is nothing but consciousness, ultimate realization. Ishavashyam idam sarvam yat kincha jagatyam jagat. That is the realization. Swami Vivekananda, after that young man, after realizing this truth, he said, religion is realization. The doctrines and dogmas and all those things may be there. Someone is explaining this way, someone explaining that way. That may be there. It is their business. But the truth is one. And that truth is consciousness. That consciousness is present in me. And I should realize that I am not the flesh and bones and blood. I am the consciousness. And this consciousness 24 hours, aware of it. And that is called realization. Sri Ramakrishna realized that. Vivekananda realized that. And that is why they are called Apta Purushas, the realized souls. It is not so easy. The people, those who are trying, they understand it. Sri Ramakrishna though he was ill, he was talking about God, instructing about God to the devotees. Sometimes he felt restless like a child, but the next moment he forgot all about his illness and became filled with ecstatic love of God. His love for the devotees was like that of a mother for her children. Love, the love of a mother for her children. That was there present in Sri Ramakrishna. Then what is religion? Love. What is God? Love. And when we fight in the name of religion, actually we fight for the processes. Somebody says, I must say Allah, somebody says Jehovah, somebody says the God, somebody says Ishwar, and we fight on that. But that is only the names. Have you seen? Have you realized that? Have you talked to that? No, none of them. But still they are fighting. Why? Again, ego. That is called illusion. That is called the ignorance. So here Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is showing his great love for the people. Why? Because they are suffering. Why they are suffering? Because they do not know what is the real path to go for real happiness, ultimate happiness. So that's why he is eager like a mother to guide them, and the expression is love. He don't want anything else. And he is not narrow-minded. Oh, I'll only teach my children and not others, so that my children should become famous, not others. Not like that. So religion is nothing but love. So if we want to be religious, I repeat the word religious, we must have to cultivate love, and love that knows no boundary. So Sri Ramakrishna is teaching us that. His love for the devotees was like that of a mother for her children. 2 days earlier, on Saturday night, he had received a letter from Purna. Purna had written, I am feeling extremely happy. Now and then I cannot sleep at night for joy. After hearing the letter, the master had remarked, I feel thrilled to hear this. Even later on, he will be able to keep his bliss, this bliss. Look at it. The young boy, the Purna, many of you, those who are regularly studying the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, you know that this Purna is a young boy whom Sri Ramakrishna used to like. Why? Because his mind was completely free from all other things. So this, he has gone someplace and he has written a letter that was read out to Sri Ramakrishna, and Sri Ramakrishna is commenting, after hearing the letter, the Sri Ramakrishna had remarked, I feel thrilled to hear this. Even later on, he will be able to keep this bliss. Let me see the letter. This sentence is very important. Even later on, he will be able to keep this bliss. Sometimes when we are practicing, we get that bliss, get that joy. And then, when we come and mix with the ordinary world, the people will be praising, people will be criticizing, then different things goes on, then we also forget. Again we are on the same. That's why you have to be very careful. You have to be very, very careful. And in spiritual life, the people's clapping is the most dangerous thing. They will be appreciating, they will be clapping, they will be saying so many things, but it is nothing for them. It is dangerous for you. So they only say and they forget. But the person who heard, he thinks, oh, I am great, I am great, I am great. So this is the problem. That's why Sri Ramakrishna mentioned, you will be able to continue. This is very important. Continuing that bliss, that means when you have practiced, then you have gone over there, then there will be pull, because the Maya don't want to give a person release. Now, if everyone is getting released, everyone is realizing God, then what the Maya will do? So our job is to make them deluded so that they will be in the game. That is a dangerous thing, and one has to go on keeping the constant prayer. So he mentioned even later on he will be able to keep this bliss. This one line is so important. Let me see the letter. He had praised the letter in his palm of his hand and said. So this is very special of Sri Ramakrishna. Sometimes when a person will visit him, if he is interested by seeing, he will take his hand and he will weigh that. That from the elbow to the hand, then that he will take on his hand and he will take a measurement. There's a weighing, how much, whether it is heavy or light. Then he will comment. He will see the forehead, the shape of the forehead, sometimes the eyes, and all those. That is called Samudra Vidya. Not everyone can do that. The Samudra Vidya is a very special type of knowledge that Sri Ramakrishna used to know, and he was God himself, so all these things were there. So he could see the past, he could see the present and also the future. So it was possible for him. When the letter came, he actually hold that letter and crashed that letter, and he said, everything, this letter is a very good letter. I think, I don't know, the Purno has written that I am in great joy. That means I have realized that God is the source of joy. And in the midnight also, I am feeling that joy. It's a constant joy. And Sri Ramakrishna now wanted to see whether he has written the truth or not. So he touched that letter. By touching those words, he could understand whether he has fabricated the words or it was really true. This event, when Master Mahasaya has written and we read, we don't give much attention to this. Oh, maybe a peculiar habit of Sri Ramakrishna holding the, not like that. This is the first time we are reading that Sri Ramakrishna is holding the letter, and holding in what way? He had praised the letter in his palm. I think he was just holding in his palm and of his hand and said, generally I cannot touch letters, but this is a good letter. That means every word is genuine. When you write letters, many a times we fabricate the words. Oh, I am so worried about you. I came to know that you had met an accident. I am so worried about you, but I am really not. But a way of expression, I am worried about you. I pray that you get well. I don't pray at all. Just a writing. That is the way. Sri Ramakrishna will never appreciate that. You won't say don't do that. That is a general courtesy in the society, it goes on. And that is also bringing solace. When the person is reading the letter, that gentleman, that lady, he thought about me, prayed for me, and the good wishes. Now the time is coming, thousands of cards will be exchanged. This is meant for you. It is actually printed, meant for so many people. But we are signing under that and sending it. And these are the way we actually say so many false things, which we really don't think. We write and we try to express it is like this. Friends, we have to understand Sri Ramakrishna. That's why Swami Vivekananda ji, one of the direct disciples of Sri Ramakrishna, he said, go to Mother. Mother will accommodate all this. Mother knows that sometimes it happens. and the people, what they will do. This is the world and they have to adjust. So Mother accommodates all this. Even when the gentleman wrote to Mother, Mother, Sri Ramakrishna Dev has said, one should not tell lies, but in my position in the office, I am compelled to tell lies. We do not know, he never explained, but that later came to Mother. And he said, I am thinking that I should resign and take my family back to the home, that means the village. Mother asked the person who was writing, no, ask him not to do it. A little bit of lies in your profession won't harm your spiritual growth. The man who was writing, the brahmachari, he said, but Thakur told, you don't know what Thakur told. But if I am asking him to resign, what he will do? He has a family, he has to support the family, it is his swadharma. So even one or two, this type of lies is nothing. Then afterwards he has to either commit suicide or go for some bad things to earn money to support the family. It's not necessary. That is very practical way of Mother's life. The big Vivekananda told, go to Mother, and Mother will accommodate you, and pray to Mother. But for Sri Ramakrishna, no, I am afraid. He will never ever consider. It is so pure. Even when Brahmananda, just as a joke and a fun with his friends, he told something which he was not, that was lie, somewhere in Calcutta. And he went to Sri Ramakrishna. That day Sri Ramakrishna was very grave. And he told him, you have committed something wrong. I can't look at your face. This young boy, he was taken aback. Wrong? I did nothing. And every day, whatever I do, I did. Then Sri Ramakrishna was going on, no, something wrong you have done. Some black mark on your face. Why? Then Raja Maharaj, that boy, he remembered, he said some lies to his friend, and he said just jokingly, he was, never ever say like that. Then I won't be able to touch you. Friends, I don't know. I am not going to Thakur because so many mistakes I do. The only thing, he is so pure. He is so pure. But he himself has divided him as Mother and Swami Vivekananda. Those who have read the biography, you know that the Sri Ramakrishna gave his power to Ma Sharadamani Devi, and he entered into the person of Swami Vivekananda. And they accommodated. But Sri Ramakrishna is the pure Brahman, Parabrahma. There are no chances. The Sri Ramakrishna is the Jagat itself. Parabrahma, Parashakti, Jagat Rupa, Ramakrishna. It's the beautiful, the Sanskrit verse is there. The brahmacharis in the headquarters, Belur Math, they chant on that. Parabrahma, Parashakti. Para, the word means supreme. He is the supreme Brahman. Again, he is the Parashakti because all power is coming out of him. He is creating this Jagat and he is Jagat. But three stages. The Jagat you can touch, you can feel, you can taste, you can smell. That is also Sri Ramakrishna, but in a completely different form. And Shakti, it's creating, it's sustaining, and also destroying. That is God's power. But above these two is something which never changes. That is Parabrahma. Sri Ramakrishna is these three. And Sri Ramakrishna, when he saw that, he said, generally I cannot touch letters, but this is a good letter. That same night, while Sri Ramakrishna was in bed, he had suddenly become covered with perspiration. He had sat up in bed saying, it seems to me that I shall not recover from this illness. And it was true. He could not recover from that. It had worried the devotees very much to hear this. The Holy Mother had come to the temple garden to wait on Sri Ramakrishna and was living in a room in the Nahabat. The devotees, with the exception of one or two, were not aware of her presence. A woman devotee staying with the Holy Mother had begun to pay frequent visits to Sri Ramakrishna in his room. After a few days, Sri Ramakrishna had said to her, "You have been here for some time. What will people think about it? You had better go home for a week or so." Sri Ramakrishna looked at it. He didn't like if that lady staying over there and visiting Sri Ramakrishna's room to serve him. He was an old man. Old means in those days he was 47, 42, like that. But in those days people used to think that he is old. Now, even that time when his health is so bad, he was so much concerned about the society. One must be very careful. The sadhu's life is like this. We love, we take care, but we are also concerned about the society's, the tradition. One must be very, very pure. That's why Bhagavan Sri Ramachandra, who loved that Sita Ma so much, even then, being a king, he had to send Sita in exile. Why? People were doubting. So as a god, as an incarnation, as a monk, these are the things we should follow. Sri Ramakrishna lay in bed on his side with his back on the room. After dusk, Gangadhar and Aim arrived from Calcutta. Gangadhar sat at the feet of the master who was talking to Aim. Aim means Master Mahasaya, Sri Ramakrishna. Two boys came here the other day. One of them was Subodh. He is Sarkar Ghosh's great-grandson. Again, you see how Sri Ramakrishna, he is sick, he is bedridden. But when a young boy came, seeing him, Sri Ramakrishna could understand that he has the spiritual, the purity. So that is why he is introducing, and introducing how he came to know about him, from which family he is coming. The Subodhananda, afterwards he became sannyasi and got the name Subodhananda, the Subodh. He was from a very rich family, and that is the family they appointed Sri Ramakrishna as their priest. And Subodhananda is from that house. The other, Khirod, is his neighbor. They are nice boys. I told them I was ill and asked them to go to you for instruction. You means the Master Mahasaya. Please look after them a little. Master Mahasaya, yes sir, they are our neighbors. Master Mahasaya house is also in the same area, so Master Mahasaya knew. Now these boys are coming to Sri Ramakrishna, and Sri Ramakrishna's health is not well, so he is asking now the devotees to take responsibility. So that is also the responsibility of the devotees. They come, they stay, they study, but they are not developing the spiritual power. Master Mahasaya, he used to visit Sri Ramakrishna, but have you noticed so many days he used to develop the spiritual power. He used to practice meditation, taking the name of God, nights after nights. And that's why Sri Ramakrishna is directing these boys to him to give them the basic instructions. And many of the times I have noticed our devotees, when the young people are coming, without telling them how they should develop, they say many other things. one person came to Vedanta Society, one of our devotee, who is of Vedanta societies, he told, oh, well, if you are here, but there are other ashramas that are also there, you should visit, that is also good places. And is it a tourist spot? They are coming for a particular purpose. But this devotee is not understanding, he is thinking I am giving him broad ideas. It is not broad idea. In the beginning, it should be very closed. When they come to Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, we have to give them only that idea. Let them imbibe that, grow into that. Then you remove that, all the bondages, and I mean all that, the thing that we were guiding him, and he is now strong enough to understand what is good and what is bad. In the beginning itself, if you are throwing him on the outside, how he will understand? These are the mistakes many of the devotees they do. Instead of helping, they are harming. Sri Ramakrishna introducing this particular boy, two boys, to Master Mahashaya. Master Mahashaya idea about Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is very clear. There are so many, the teachers are there. But Sri Ramakrishna is very open, very unique, very modern, and very approachable. And no hypocrisy in Sri Ramakrishna. So naturally, if you are imbibing his ideology, your mind will be very quickly, it get the enlightenment. But that we have to understand, those who are close to Sri Ramakrishna. Right? I am not telling that you must be biased, you should not allow others, not like that. Let them first grow into one. That's why Bhagavan Swami Vivekananda afterwards said, it is better to born in a church than to die there. Born in a church means in an ideology. That when you are growing up into that ideology, then only it will be possible to understand others. We have decided to ask, then Master Mahashaya is telling, the Bhagavan Rudra, name of a doctor, to see you. He is an MD, as an expert physician. Sri Ramakrishna, how much will he charge? Master Mahashaya, his regular fee is 20 or 25 rupees. Sri Ramakrishna, then don't bother about him. Master Mahashaya, but we shall pay him 4 or 5 rupees at the most. The devotee's money that a monk is spending, one must be very careful. The devotees are giving for the spiritual benefit, they are donating. And a monk, after getting that, if he goes on spending for his own, that is not good. Sri Ramakrishna is teaching that. When he is telling that 20-25 rupees, in those days it was a big amount. And Sri Ramakrishna is not necessary. So why should you go for a costly doctor? Master Mahashaya reduced it. No, we will pay only 5 rupees. Master, listen, suppose you say this is to him, sir, please be kind enough to come and see him. Hasn't he heard anything about this place? That means Sri Ramakrishna wanted to know whether the doctor, knows about him or not. Otherwise, they won't understand, they won't realize. So that is why he is telling. Master Mahashaya, perhaps he has. He has almost agreed not to charge any fee, but we shall pay him a little. If we do that, he will come again. Sri Ramakrishna, ask Dr. Nitai to come. That Nitai is a known person, the Nitai to come. He is a good physician. But what the doctor will do, I wonder. They press my throat and my illness worsen. It was 9 o'clock in the evening. Sri Ramakrishna ate a little and then pudding, and then had no difficulty in swallowing it. He said to him cheerfully, I was able to eat a little. I feel very happy. Tuesday, the September 1st September. Sri Ramakrishna was about to take his bath. A devotee was rubbing his body with oil, and that the description is there. Then the Gopal Ma brought her Gopal some food that she had prepared at her home at Kamarhati. This Gopal Ma, there's a separate biography is there. If possible, please read that. Then a unique life. That she was widowed at the age of 6, and she continued praying to the Krishna that you must be my son. Then at the blessings of Sri Ramakrishna, when she was elderly lady, that was really took shape, and she realized, and her prayer was answered. She saw Gopala, the baby Krishna, playing with her. It's a beautiful. Swami Vivekananda took Americans and the British ladies, his disciples who were following Swamiji to India, to Dix Gopalma, and said, look at her. She is the embodiment of ancient India. This ancient India, only prayer, only love for God, complete dedication. So that he introduced, this is ancient India. Sister Nivedita liked her so much, Gopal's mother. Then at when she was almost going to die, Sister Nivedita stayed over there to serve her. As a British lady, but look at the dedication, because she also felt the blessedness of Gopalma. And Gopal's mother, as because she got the Gopala, and she saw the Gopala in Sri Ramakrishna, and she used to call Sri Ramakrishna as my Gopala, and she became known among the devotees as Gopal's mother. That this Gopal's mother has brought some food. And she said to the Sri Ramakrishna sorrowfully, but you won't be able to eat it, Master. You see, I am ill. Gopal's ma. That is my bad luck. Please take a little in your hand. Sri Ramakrishna, please give me your blessings. A devotee brought some sugar candy. Gopal ma said, let me take it to the Holy Mother in the Nahabat. The master said, no, keep it here. I give sweets to the devotees who want to send messengers 100 times to the Nahabat for sugar candy. Let it be kept here. This is Administrator Sri Ramakrishna. See, we also practice that. We also keep some of the candies and sweetmeats over here. Whoever comes, we give. This is Sri Ramakrishna's practice. Whoever comes to a monk, they should get something. And something very simple, very cheap, but they get the blessings through that. The mind becomes calm, and they like that also. Sri Ramakrishna used to keep, as we call it, batasha. That batasha used to keep. In Belur Math, still today, you will find those things will be there, the sugar candy. It was 11 o'clock in the morning. The devotees were gradually arriving from Calcutta. Balaram, Narendra, young Naren, Nabagopal and the Vaishnava, then Khirod, all arrived. Rakhal and Latu were staying with Sri Ramakrishna. A Punjabi sadhu had been staying in the Panchavati for some days. The Panchavati, that was the place where different type of monks used to come, sadhus used to come, and they used to get the free food from the temple. So many they used to come and stay over there by making a camp, or sometimes under the tree, or sometimes they used to get the room from the temple authority. They used to go and stay and practice. That is the tradition in the Hindu temples. They will allow this type of people and stay and practice spirituality. The more you are practicing spirituality, that atmosphere, that is surcharged with that. The younger Naren had a tumor on his forehead. Sri Ramakrishna was strolling in the Panchavati with the devotees. He said to the younger Naren, "Why don't you have your tumor operated on?" The Punjabi sadhu was going along the footpath in the garden. The master said, Sri Ramakrishna said, "I don't attract him. He has the attitude of a jnani. I find him to be dry as a wood." Now, this Punjabi sadhu, he came so close to God, but he couldn't find him. He couldn't. So only when we find some people, if we go and take the dust from his feet or bow down or listen to him, that blessings comes. But Sri Ramakrishna is not opposing the Jnana Marga, but he is saying that because this person is practicing Jnana Marga, he has dried up and he is not going to be successful by that way. This is also we should note and learn. Sri Ramakrishna and the devotees returned to the master's room. The conversation turned to Shamapada Bhattacharya. Balaram. Shamapada said, when he, the master, placed his foot on Narendra's chest, Narendra went into bhava. But I don't have the same experience. Now this person, because Sri Ramakrishna in an ecstatic mood, he placed his foot on the chest of the Narendra, afterwards Swami Vivekananda, and Vivekananda went into trance. Many people saw that, and now he is telling, but Sri Ramakrishna didn't do that with me. I never had that type of experience. Now the Sri Ramakrishna is telling, shall I tell you the truth about it? It is very difficult to gather the dispersed mind when it is attracted to lust and gold. The Sri Ramakrishna, the Avatara, even he is telling, if you are not ready, you won't be able to take that blessings. The Pandit told me he was called upon to act as arbitrator to settle people's quarrels. Besides, he has to worry about his children. But the mind of Narendra and other youngsters are not scattered like that. They are not yet touched by lust and gold. But Shamapada is a grand person. The Vaishnava from Katwa began to ask Sri Ramakrishna questions. He was squint-eyed. Sometimes Sri Ramakrishna, he told some of the physical marks that shows the character of that person. The squint-eyed is not, anyway, that is a different discussion, but Sri Ramakrishna, he observed that and he understood the different type of people from their physical expressions also. Now here we learn that a person who is following the path of jnana should also have the openness to hear, to listen, and to understand. And only we are thinking that I am that Brahman, and at the same time I am going for the food, going for the money, or for the clothings. Why should I? So if you say that you are not the body, you are not the mind, then you have to lie down like a log of wood and wait for whatever comes. Ajagara vritti. Because I am not the body. If the body withered without food and water, what is there? I am Atman. Do you have that conception? No. In that case, as long as the body consciousness is there, that is why Sri Ramakrishna is telling, as long as you are having the body consciousness, you are under the realm of Maya. And you must have to accept the Shakti. And if you don't accept the Shakti, it will be very difficult for you to go beyond Shakti. Sometimes we quote, and some of the great the souls like Ramana Maharshi. We don't know the past of Raman Maharshi. In his previous births, in his previous life, what he has done, how much practices he has done. We only see him now and we like to follow him. The Swami Vivekananda said, "Do not follow me, follow what I say." Vivekananda is a completely different personality. He is from the Saptarishi. And as because he is behaving in this way, he is behaving in that way, I also follow like that. Are you as pure as Vivekananda? As spiritually elevated as Vivekananda? No. This time we have visited from the New Jersey, from the New York, is very nearby, and there dining table is still there and the chair where Vivekananda used to sit still there. So you went and saw one American boy, young boy, he came to know that that particular chair, Vivekananda position place, the head of the table and the right hand side. So he sat over there and said, "Whenever I come over here, I sit on this." But I told, don't think that that particular chair Vivekananda sat. Maybe chair has changed, but the position, of course. Swamiji used to sit over there. He had a great love for Swamiji. I saw him meditating in the terrible cold, in the open the field. He is sitting, covering himself, and he is meditating. So anyway, there I heard a beautiful story from one of the Matajis. She was narrating. A program was going on, the Ridgely Manor. Many of you must have heard. That was a very famous, rich man's house, and Mr. Leggett, that is his house. And there in the Ridgely Manor, their party was going on. All the ladies of that family with the jewelries and beautiful dresses, they all came and sat over there, and they were laughing and doing. The one young lady came, and she was the great devotee of Swami Vivekananda, but she was from a poor family. She sat over there in the same table and almost like as if a fish out of water, because that is a rich man's family, all the ladies from that background, and this poor lady, she was trying to smile, but Swamiji could understand. Now, this Mataji said, the moment she looked at Swamiji, and Swamiji glanced at her, Swamiji was sitting on the right hand side of the head of the table, and she was sitting cross to him, at the exactly opposite and a little distance, end of the table. From there, she looked at Swamiji, and Swamiji glanced to her, and she heard Swamiji whispering, "These are all vanities. Don't take it seriously." This is called the jnana. The jnana, when everything is going on, and that is because of Swami Vivekananda. They were celebrating because of Vivekananda. But Vivekananda knew these are all vanities. Rich men, they are doing like that. Ladies, they are having the wealth, they are showing that. But you are genuine, don't break your heart because of seeing this. So she whispered as if she heard the Swamiji whispering, though Swamiji is sitting so far away. So these are the miracles that happen, and that shows how unique it is. Friends, we will just close with this question that a gentleman asked Swami Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. Maybe we will discuss about it in our next class. The Vaishnava, that the gentleman who was following the path of Vaishnava, so he asked that. He came from Khardha. Khardha is very close to a neighborhood close to Calcutta. I think nowadays it is in Calcutta, Greater Calcutta. He is asking, "Sir, is a man born again?" We will stop with this question and we will discuss it in our next class. Thank you.
Abhishek Banerjee is asking, What is the way to reach Brahman from reflected consciousness? What is the way to reach Brahman from reflected consciousness?
See, reflected consciousness means mind. And the mind, the Chaitanya, the consciousness is reflecting on our buddhi. Because buddhi is the subtle thing, so over there. So, and now the only way to reach to that Brahman is understanding the truth. So, what is the truth? Everything is changing, and something must be there static so that we can understand the change. Everything is changing. Who is understanding? I. I can see my body is changing, my mind is changing, my surroundings are changing. I am observing. So, who is I? Because it is static. If there is no static thing, it cannot understand the changes. From this point, who is this I? I am not the body, body is changing. I am not the mind, mind is changing. What is this? Consciousness. So, you have to develop your understanding very clearly. So, if we understand these, then I am not attached to body, I am not attached to mind. The moment I truly associate me from the body and mind attachment, what remains? Pure consciousness. That is the path to understand that. Time will come when you are practicing that slowly, you will understand that you are not the body, not the mind. You are as if living into it. And then any day you can live this. So that is called Jivana Mukti. Thank you.
Virendra Majumdar is asking, is there any way to be able to go beyond the Maya except by taking refuge at the feet of Mahamaya? Is praying to Holy Mother equivalent to praying to God?
Praying to Holy Mother is equivalent to pray to the Mahamaya or the Shakti. Of course it is the God. You know, Swami Vivekananda, who was a Vedantin, the great Vedantin, when he used to go to meet Ma Sharadamani Devi, he used to take so much of Ganga water, constantly sprinkling. There should not be the thought crossed the mind of worldly things. She was so pure. This Swamiji used to go and pray. And when you are praying to the Divine Mother, know it for sure, you are really truly praying to the Supreme God with power. And all your prayer can be answered by only Mother, Ma Sharadamani Devi. Don't keep any doubt about it. Never ever think that, oh, is she truly having that power or not? Don't keep any doubt. Sri Ramakrishna himself said, she is that power, only hidden, this time not manifesting, just hiding it from the eyes of the world. But that is the power. And she gave us a great opportunity. She said, if anyone calls me Ma or Mother, I will never refuse them. Jodi keu Ma bole dake, ami phirate parbo na. That is a great assurance. Only to call her Mother, but with genuine heart, tearful eyes. If we pray to her, she is the Mother, will surely give the blessings. Have faith and pray.
Sanhita Banerjee is asking, why some people suffer less and some people suffer more in the world?
Because of the karma phala, Sangeeta. Because it is the karma phala. The Swami Vivekananda, I mentioned it in previous classes. Swami Vivekananda, there's a beautiful poem he wrote, composed, that's called Kap. If you read that, you will understand that he is also mentioning about the karma. Some of the karmas, the bad karmas are there, because of that we suffer. And my friend, he is working very straight and there is no problem for him. So that is why there is the karma phala only. Thank you.
Shushmita Basu is asking a question. Maharaj, you have perfectly obeyed your Guru's adesh in course. দেখলে ঠাকুরের কথা মনে হবে। Now how will I maintain my perfect pratibrata in my samsar where all my family members are different?
See that you're correct that you have reminded me because of my Guru Srimad Swami Vivekananda ji said that, and I always, naturally Guru's Bhakta, so I always were aware about it. But about your Pratibrata Dharma, whatever the possible, in the house, you are careful about your husband, taking care of their children, taking care of the other household, and maybe, and this is so natural when a group of people living together, different type of opinions are there. Don't think they don't like you, but because of the other things, they may be commenting in this way, that way. Situation makes us also, and otherwise if there's a nice situation, you will find that person is so good to you. So don't bother about it. Just pray to Mother and say, Mother, please guide me and tell me how I should live in this world, at the same time won't get attached to this world. Just pray. Every day morning, pray to Mother. Mother, please hold my hand. This new morning, new day, please be with me so that I can perform all my duties without getting attached to this. And at the end of my life, you must come to take me at the feet of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. Pray like that, you'll see everything will be all right for you.
Shomen Das has a three-part question. First part is, do avatars come to the world to save the pure souls from the impure souls? Or does the avatar come to help the impure souls to become pure? First part.
So that is a good question, Saman. Though yada yada hi dharmasya glani bhavati bharata abhutthanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamaham. Then paritranaya cha sadhunam. Then vinashaya cha dushkritam. These are the two words in the Bhagavad Gita. It is traditionally, it is all accepted. The why the avatar is coming? To help the good people. And vinashaya cha dushkritam. The dushkrita means those who are performing in such a way that is disturbing the balance of the creation. How he is actually punishing them? This is the question. He is not destroying, because nothing is there except that God. The God has become Dushkriti, God has become Sukriti, and God has come to guide. This is the wonderful, the play is going on. So we should not think that he is destroying means killing them, transforming them. This transformation is also necessary. So he was or she was in that condition. Then when the Lord comes and punishing them, and next time again they will be better. But those who are better, the God's giving them the opportunity to be in the above the sphere, like the maybe Brahma Loka or the heaven or Mukti. But this is clear, he has promised in the Bhagavad Gita, he comes for the good people and to stop the bad people. That's all.
That second and third question are both related. I will read at the same time. Why does the present Guru say that God only loves pure souls and don't love the impure souls? Then who will help the impure souls? Second question. Third question, if I have lost my way and if I ask the sadhu where it is, if they refuse, then where will I go?
I can understand. So if now there is another example is there. The one person who is to kill and loot the things, right? So he was Ratnakara. And then Ratnakar, when he was thinking that he is doing that thing to support his family. Then a guru came in the form of Narada, and he said, you should not do this. To keep up your family, why you have to kill others? Rather, you pray over here, your family will be maintained nicely, everything will be all right, and whatever sin that you have committed by killing others and creating problem for others, that you have to clear from your heart. And what he did, he took the name of God, and that for a long period of time. That story we know. By that we also, when the God comes, he is changing the heart of the bad people, they are also becoming all right. But the bad people should have at least that faith that I should become good. Then only these blessings will come. Otherwise, how it is? If you are not listening at all, then what you can do? If the teacher is going on telling a student, you must learn and listen to me, but if he is not attending what the teacher can help, the suffering will go on. But, as Swamiji said, at the end of the kalpa, everyone will be liberated. But if you are intelligent, get liberation right now. That much. He will go on repeating the bad work and go on suffering again and again, and ultimately his mind will be purified. But if I am clever, when I see that person is suffering because of the bad karma, and I know that if I do like this, my mind is clarified, purified, why should I not do that? So one must be clever. That is the thing. Okay, friends, thank you for so many questions. But I would suggest you can send this question to the Dharma Jigyashu. There is a group of people, they are collecting questions, and they will put that every Tuesday, I think first or second Tuesday, I have forgotten, every month once for a whole hour, that they will be putting your questions also, so I give the answer. So it becomes easy. There also you can put the questions. Dharma Jigyashu. If you type, I think you will get that website or the email address. You can send the email address or question to them. Thank you, friends. Let us chant this mantra and conclude. Niranjanam nityam anantarupam bhaktanukampa dhrita vigraham vai Ishavataram paramishamidyam tam Ramakrishnam shirasa namama. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.